Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Joan Brown. I'm a Shaolin Qigong instructor, Tai Chi Chuan instructor, Louise Hay teacher, and a former psychiatric nurse. And my students call me Sifu Joan. Now, today I want to talk a little bit about men's health and the three most common problems that I see in the classes are coming into my clinic. So, back pain, stress, and depression. They're the three biggest ones. They're not the only ones, but they're the three biggest ones. And of course, there's also heart disease is a big issue for the guys, and so is any kidney urinary problems, plus lung issues as well. Now, for back pain, I get a lot of guys coming in with back issues, one due to injury, but the other can have no known cause. But for us, the cause is always emotional, always. In Qigong, in Shaolin Qigong, the underlying thing is always emotional, if there's no obvious, like an injury. So the emotions for back pain are usually fear or anger, or both. With anger, it's important to forgive. Forgiving is really, really, really important. And often when I've had people in Chi Flow, they've started crying and crying and crying, which is good. They've been really embarrassed, but my goodness, I'm there like, yes, thank God, they're getting rid of it. Which is wonderful. I think that's wonderful. So please don't ever be embarrassed if you start crying in Chi Flow. It's part of the healing process. We're a little scared to cry, but we were given tears for a reason. So that can be the anger starts to release at somebody, and then the forgiveness can come in and clear out what's left. And usually then the back pain disappears. That's often the case for lower back pain especially. If it's an injury, it's more clear-cut on what we work on, and that's what we do, we just work in that area. But I've often noticed as well that there, even before the injury, there was some emotional stuff going on. So it's almost like the body creates the injury to help you to overcome the emotion. For us, that's always quite simple. The underlying thing is the emotional blockage comes first, even if you don't even realize that. Now, the second one is stress, and so many people are stressed right now. Anger, fear, and stress are huge. So if you're very stressed, then you really need to get a handle on that somehow. I don't care how you do it, but go find something that you can, even if it's just talking to somebody, or the men's sheds, they're really, really good for people, where they can have an old chat and talk about things, or a laugh. We need to laugh a little bit more as well. So, but for Qigong, it's a energy blockage, and the stress actually just creates more blockage, more blockage, more blockage. And when you practice every day, you start to cleanse it out, cleanse it out, cleanse it out. And the stress, it's not that the stress may go away, you might still be in a stressful situation, but you're able to deal with it, which is different. And the third one is depression. Now for us, depression is a breaking down of the spirit. The spirit is broken. And through the exercise and meditation and Chi Flow, we help to get the spirit back together again. It's like it's splintered, and you feel hopeless. And then you start to just, through practice, the energy starts to heal it, and it comes back together again. Now for us, depression lodges in the lungs. Also for guys, COPD is a big thing, asthma is as well. For me, from watching people over the years, COPD is often loss, grief, but loss of somebody very close, of a child, of a brother or a sister, some family member that you were very close to. Even a friend, doesn't have to be a family member, but often it's a family member. And in my own case, my mom had COPD and she lost her first baby. He was 4, he was born with hydrocephalus, and she brought that sadness with her all through life. Now, it's not always, she did smoke, but I always think that the weakness was there in her lungs, and that's why she was diagnosed with COPD. So if you have any loss or grief that you're going through, and sometimes it can be so deep you don't even know that it's there, but if you have the physical illness, and if the physical illness is there, the underlying thing is there as well. The underlying emotion is there. In Shaolin Qigong, all illness is an energy blockage, and most of those blockages are caused from a negative emotion. You can't help it, you don't know that, so you hold on to it, not realizing how much damage you're doing to your physical body. So all of those things can be helped by practicing Qigong. And it's not just physical exercise. Qigong isn't just physical exercise. If you're just doing a physical Qigong exercises, that's all you're doing is Qigong physical exercises. It's not the complete art. You need the Qi flow. You need to give time for the Qi to flow around the meridians to get to where they are needed most to do the healing part for you. Now, other than my classes, of course, the other big men's health issue is heart disease. What's the emotion? Well, the emotion there can be hurt. Stress, of course, as well, but often hurt. Anger from hurt. A lot of people who suffer from heart issues are very impatient. Are very quick to anger as well. So anger is a huge one there, and so is anger from hurt. Another big one, of course, is the liver. And again, that's anger. So anger just eats away at the liver. It just keeps doing it. And you need to be able to overcome that anger that's lodged in there. So drinking isn't going to help it. You need to do something more deep that will connect and go right in to clear away whatever anger you're holding on to. That anger can be from you're very small. It doesn't have to be something that you've developed as an adult. It can come from being very, very young boy. Dread is another one. Dread is a very insidious emotion as well. And that dread is usually here in the stomach area, and that can cause a lot of issues, anxiety, those kind of things. They can cause a lot of issues as well for people. And then you have the kidney and urinary for prostate problems later in life. And anything kidney related is fear. So if you have any kidney issues, then there is some element of fear there as well. Often with prostate, it can be fear of growing old, of not being able to perform as good as what you were able to. And that might seem very simplistic, but believe me, fear is another very insidious emotion that eats away at you. So just watch all of those in your body. See where you're holding on to those negative emotions. So the fear, the sadness, the dread, and the anger. Anger is a big one. So being able to forgive is a huge thing and not easy for a lot of men. Forgiving will help you to release so much stuck chi, really so much of it. So don't be afraid to forgive. Don't be afraid if you feel depressed and your spirit is broken. Don't be afraid to cry. It's a release. And I see so many coming in with depression and they cry. They just cry as well. And it releases and releases bit by bit. And then we start to nourish the spirit. So the spirit becomes strong. We need to be, all of those emotions are fine. I think I said that before to all of you. So all of those emotions are good. It's when they become too much for us that they start to cause problems. It's okay to be fearful. If you're inside in a field with a bull, it's a good idea to run. So, you know, it's okay to be angry, but get over it. It's okay to feel sad. Of course it's okay. But then, you know, after some time, it needs to level out a bit. Doesn't mean you won't miss the person, but you don't, it has lessened. It has evened out a bit more. So all of the emotions, all of those negative emotions we need, but it's when they become too much for us that they cause problems for us. So for the guys out there, please do something about those emotions. You don't want to have the back pain. You don't want to be stressed. You don't want your spirit broken. You don't want to have heart disease, high blood pressure. You don't want any of those kind of things, do you? You don't want COPD, or you don't want stroke, liver problems. Nobody wants any of those issues. So if you do want my help, just let me know. You can email me on seafoodjoan@gmail.com. Now, you don't have to come into just the specific men's medical Qigong courses, even though I do run those. You can come into any course, any beginner's course, and we will go through a lot of those issues for you. So my next big course is, I have been invited to Kinsale to teach a course there, a beginner's Qigong course, in the beautiful Trident Hotel. And Kinsale is a fabulous venue to be teaching. I'm so blessed to have been invited there. It's on the 22nd and 23rd of February this month, so just another couple of weekends, from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. on that Saturday and Sunday, the 22nd and 23rd of February. So if you want to book that, you can email me as well, or you can check out all the details on qigong.ie. That's my website. CHIKUNG, qigong.ie. Okay, so I think that's more or less everything for today. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments, or if you want to comment about anything I've said, then please feel free to do that as well. Remember, the Qigong I teach is Shaolin Qigong. It was taught in the Shaolin temple to a whole lot of guys. So if they were good enough to do it, I'm sure it's good enough for you as well. Bodhidharma, when he saw them, they were actually spiritually very high level, but physically and emotionally their bodies were weaker. So that's why he taught them the type of Qigong that we train now. And I am so blessed. I have no idea how I got there. I'm from just a tiny, tiny village here. And, you know, Louis Hay used to say, out of this situation, only good will come. And that's what happened. I used to repeat that over and over again when my back was really bad. Out of this situation, only good will come. Out of this situation, only good will come. So even if you only take that away with you from today, that will be a big thing. And just repeat it over and over and over again. So now I hope it has helped. and I look forward to seeing you all next Wednesday, bright and chirpy. So many sudden joys to all of you and many, many blessings for the week ahead. Shaolin greetings.